Guys, welcome back to another video. I'm about to run some errands, but before I do that, I wanted to share with you guys 6 things that happened when I lost weight and when I started to get healthy. And I think some of you guys may be able to relate to this as well. So the first thing that happened was that I started to recognize toxic family patterns, and I started to learn what it meant to be like a truly independent adult, because so much of what I was doing and so much of what my clients do is related to how their families expect them to behave. And we think this doesn't really happen, but it really happens a lot with like food and food choices. And so I learned to become an independent adult with my own decisions and being comfortable in my own skin and what decisions I was making. I kind of like pulled away from enmeshment sort of behaviors. So I was an adult, a real adult, like not an adult being parented, And that was really cool because it was tough, but I learned how to just decide that I was going to do what I was going to do, and I didn't need anybody's approval, especially because this was like a good thing for my health. Okay. Number 2, as I kind of mentioned, it gave me more confidence in the decisions that I was making, because when you make a decision to be healthy, oftentimes it's against the grain and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, should I be doing that? Is that a good idea? Is this the right thing to do? But you realize that if your intuition was like, hey, we need to get healthy, and then you do it, you're like, oh, like I can make good decisions. I'm capable of making decisions without everybody approving of them. That was so cool because I subconsciously was still making decisions hoping that everybody would be agreeing with me. And that's just simply not life. Like a lot of times the good decisions that you make, like people aren't going to be on board. Okay. Number 3 is I stopped people pleasing out of fear of abandonment, and saying yes to my health meant that I wasn't going to be fun or loyal. And I had to get rid of the fear of being abandoned and fear of being alone, because that's where a lot of this behavior came from. And to kind of go along with that, number 4 is that I learned to enjoy my solitude. So I was afraid of being abandoned. I was afraid of people not liking me or people thinking that I'm not fun because I'm not, becoming this party person anymore. But that solitude actually helped me to like myself more. So that was really cool because I was like, oh, I can be abandoned and I'll be all right. I can be alone and I'll be okay. Number 5, I learned and developed such emotional control and emotional intelligence. So because I had to deal with a lot of like health, emotional eating stuff, I really learned how to identify my triggers, identify my emotions. I learned how to feel my feelings, and I learned how to feel my feelings and also recognize those feelings in others. So I became a lot more compassionate, which is number 6, way more compassionate, because my EQ, or my emotional intelligence, went up. I learned how to recognize my own emotions, recognize when I was beginning to act out of those emotions, and it helped me to just understand that in other people. A lot of times if you're dealing with like excessive eating, you really trump your emotions, all of them. Maybe you feel like sadness and anger, but really like you don't really have that much access, which means that it's hard to like develop true compassion for other people. But once I started to get into my health and fitness journey, I was like, wow, I have so much respect and patience for other people because I recognize those own behaviors in myself and why I behaved in that way also. So that was really cool. Anyway, so those are my 6. So I'll reread them again. Number 1, I learned to break away from toxic family patterns, learn how to be a healthy, independent adult. Number 2, I learned to be confident in the decisions that I was making. Number 3, I stopped people pleasing out of fear of abandonment. Number 4, I gained emotional control and emotional intelligence. Number 5, I developed a huge amount of compassion for myself and others. And number 6, I learned how to be alone. And that was amazing. Anyway, you guys, I know this was a short video, but I wanted to get this up there and share with you guys because I think it's going to help somebody. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if any of these resonate with you or you have new ones, let me know. Okay, bye.